Hello, Daily Math Blast 20, two-step word problems. The librarian asked Ralph and Sarah to help him put away books. There were 15 fewer books about trucks than cars, and 6 fewer books about vans than trucks. There were 37 books about cars. How many books were about vans? Okay, so this is it's a two-step word problem because we have to solve a problem to take that information, then to find out the number of books about vans. So if you look carefully at this question, we have 3 categories of books. We have books about trucks, cars, and vans. Those are our 3 separate categories. So trucks, cars, and vans. So now I'm going to look through here and find the information on each one of these categories. So first, I'm going to look through my problem and find out if they tell me the specific number of books or exact amount of books in any of these categories. So if I look through my problem, I see here it says there were 37 books about cars. So 37 books about cars. So that's right here. So that's a starting piece of information. I know exactly how many cars. So remember, I'm trying to figure out, this is my question. I'm gonna put a little question mark right there just in case I forget which one I'm looking for. So I'm looking for the number of vans. So it says here there were 15 fewer books about trucks than cars and 6 fewer books about vans than trucks. Well, I don't know trucks yet, but here I do know cars. So I can use that information to find out the number of trucks. So there were 15 fewer books about trucks than cars. So if I start with the number of books about cars and I take away 15, that will tell me what 15 fewer is. Okay? Well, I'm going to just use a simple place value chart. So tens and ones. I'm going to build 37. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So I built it in my tens and my ones. Notice I used a set of 5, and then I come down here. That way I can quickly and easily see my 7. Now I want 15 fewer. So I'm going to take away 5 ones and 1 10. So I can just take away a row right there. It's a quick way of taking away 5. And now I want to take away a 10. I got that right there. Now, if you look, I have 2 ones and 2 10s. Or 22. So 22 books about trucks. Now I can go down to this line because I had to find that trucks to use that information to find vans. So 6 fewer books about vans than trucks. So I'm going to take the number of books about trucks and I want to find 6 fewer. Okay. Now, I could use another place value chart, but I'm going to use arrow method just to kind of show some different strategies. So I'm starting with 22 and I want to take away 6. But remember, I can take it away in any size chunks I want to. They just got to be quick and easy. So 22 minus 2 is 20 because I took my 2 ones away. Now I need to take away 6. So now I'm going to take away 4. Well, now 20 minus 4. So I have to break apart a 10. Well, I know 10 minus 4 is 6. And I took one of the 10s away, so I have 1 10 left. Okay? So 16 books. So how many books were about vans? There were 16 books about vans. Now remember, this is probably a good way of setting it up with the 3 categories, but your work, your strategies could be very different than mine, but we do want to show some work. We want to show some kind of strategy that took us from the information to the solution. So here's my final answer here. Add or subtract 10 or 100. 747 plus 100. I'm going to use just a simple hundreds, tens, ones chart to show my work. And again, the strategy that you use is fine. Use a different strategy. Please show your work. And just writing mentally or solved in my head, that is not a strategy that's showable on paper. We have to have a strategy we can show on paper. So 747. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I just didn't follow my own. Got kind of carried away there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I want to make it quick and easy. So 4 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 hundreds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I want to add 100, 1 to the hundreds place. We'll put that down here just so I know that I added that on. And now let's total them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I did not change the ones place. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not change the tens place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I increased it by 1 more hundred. So 847. So remember, your strategy could be different, but please show a strategy. 542 minus 10. Now, I'm going to go to unit form, which isn't used a lot, but I just want to show you kind of how it works. So if I look at this, I can think of 542 as 54 tens, 2 ones. Okay? Now, I'm taking away 1 10. Okay? Am I changing my ones? No. So that comes down. 2 ones. 54 tens minus 1 10. 1 less 10 would be 53 tens. Or 532. So that's just another way of looking at it. So that's a way, like, for example, what I'm showing you here is what I might do in my head. So I might look and say, well, there's 54 tens, I take a 10 away, I have 53 tens. But this lets me share it with others, kind of my thinking. Use addition within 100 to solve word problems on a number line. A building is 100 feet tall, a nearby tree is 52 feet tall. How much taller is the building? Show how you solve the problem on the number line. So here, I'm allowed to use a variety of strategies, but the strategy must incorporate the number line. That's the key, because it's all right here. It's required in the standard, so we have to use it. So a building is 100 feet tall. So I'm going to show that using kind of a simple tape going all the way from 0 to 100. So that tape right there represents the building. Okay. Now, a nearby tree is 52 feet tall. So I'm going to come over here. Here's 50. And I'm going to go right there. Okay. And this is 100 feet. And this is 52 feet. Okay, just so I can remember. Now, I want to know how much taller is the building. So what I'm trying to find is that missing piece right there. Well, I'm going to do kind of a number line jump. I'm just going to kind of jump along here. So if I'm at 52 here, and right here is 55, jumping from 52 to 55 would be a jump of 3 spaces. Now, to get me to the next 10, I'm going to jump from 55 to 60. That is a jump of 5 units or spaces. And now I can start making some bigger jumps because now I'm looking at these cents. So 60 to 80 is a jump of 2 tens or 20. Now, if you're not comfortable making that big of a jump, you could jump 10 and 10. And now from 80 to 100 is another jump of 20. Okay. Again, you could jump 10 and 10, or you could make a bunch of 5s, a bunch of 5 jumps if you want. This is whatever I'm comfortable with. Okay. Now I want to see, well, if I jump 3 and I jump 5 and I jump 20 and I jump 20, if I combine those, that's going to show me the difference between 100 and 52. Well, 3 and 5 make 8. So I have 8 ones plus 2 tens is 2 tens, 8 ones, or 28. Plus another 2 tens is 2 tens and 2 tens, make 4 tens, or 40, and then my 8 ones, so 48. So 3 plus 5 plus 20 plus 20 equals 48. How much taller is the building? the building is 48 feet taller. Okay, so remember, I just have to use the number line using some strategy. I kind of did these jumps on my number line. That's how I used it. Find the value of the collection of coins. What is the total value of the coins below? Okay, so I have the coins here. I'm going to write the value underneath. So I'm looking at this one. Well, this is a nickel, and nickel is worth 5 cents. So this is 5 cents. Here's another nickel, 5 cents. This is a dime, that's 10 cents. Here's a dime, that's 10 cents. Here's a nickel, 5 cents. Here is a penny, 1 cent. Okay, so I've identified all of my coins because that's kind of the first step. Now I have to find the total value. So I just have to combine the coins any way that I want. I'm going to go in the order that they appear, but I'm going to use the arrow method to build this. So I'm going to start with my nickel. So I start with 5 cents. Okay, now I'm going to add this coin. So I add this coin, that would be 5 more cents. 5 cents and 5 cents make 10 cents. So I've done this one, this one. Now I'm going to move on to my dime. Draw my arrow, 10 more cents. Well, 110 plus 110 would be 2 tens or 20 cents. And now another dime. 2 tens plus 110 is 3 tens or 30 cents. And now I have a nickel. 3 tens. I'm not changing the tens, but I'm going from 0 and adding 5. So 3 tens, 5 ones, 35 cents. And now I have my penny, 1 cent. 35 cents, I'm adding 1 to the ones place, so 5 plus 1 is 6. And I did not change the tens, so 36 cents. So the total value of the coins, the total value is 36 cents. Okay, so remember, your strategy could be different. You just need to show a strategy. I could not just simply look at the coins, add them up in my head, and write the answer. Okay, I have to show a strategy on paper. Something, if you're solving it in your head or solving it mentally, think about what you did in your head and how you could solve it. So this is kind of me, if I just sit there and walk through and add up the coins as I go, this is a way of me sharing that with other people. Create a bar graph using a table. So we have dog, cat, bird, fish. So I have my categories here, dog, cat, bird, fish, 1 through 7. So now I'm just going to look at the tally marks. So I've got 1 mark, 1 mark, so that's 2. I just like to kind of border it. And now I'm going to quickly shade it in. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfectly shaded, just well enough that I can see the boundaries, okay? Looking at the cat. Now, when we look at this, we know this represents 5 because we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we kind of group them together there so we can quickly count by 5s. That's the strategy. So 5 and 1 make 6. So when you see this, you don't have to count them. You can just point to it, say 5, and then count on. Okay, now I'm going to shade this in. Again, I don't want to take a real long time shading this in. I just have to shade it in so that it's easy to read. Okay, bird, 1, 2. And now fish. I see that bundle, and immediately when I see that, I know that's a 5. Okay. Now, bar graphs are used to quickly compare categories. So if I wanted to look at this, I could say, well, which had the most? Cat. Which had the least? Dog, bird. They were tied at 2. How many more cat were there than dog? Well, I can look at the dog and go 1, 2, 3, 4 more to get to cat. Okay. Which 2 had the same value? Dog, bird. So this is why we put things into bar graphs, is so we can quickly and easily compare them. This was Daily Math Blast 20. Thank you.